Time is like a river. You cannot touch the same water twice because the flow that has passed will never pass again. So enjoy every moment of your life. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the final part of chapter number 2, Motion in One Dimension. In this session, let us study about equations of motion and its applications in numerical problems. When a body is moving with uniform acceleration, relationship between initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time of journey and distance traveled by the body can be calculated by three equations. Those equations are called as equations of motion. They are: number 1, V is equal to U plus AT. Number 2, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Number 3, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS, where V is final velocity, U is initial velocity, A is acceleration, and T time, and S stands for displacement. Please do learn these formulas by heart. It is very useful to do the numerical problems of this part. Before doing the numerical problems, let us understand the derivations of these equations. There are two methods to derive these equations, and the first method is called as graphical method. To be able to understand this method, all must know the graphical representation properly. If you don't know velocity time graph properly, please do watch the second part of this chapter again. Let us consider a velocity time graph of a body initially moving with an initial velocity u and accelerates to reach a final velocity v at t seconds. We may plot graph like this. We have already studied that from velocity time graph we can find two things. Number 1, acceleration by finding the slope of the graph. Number 2, displacement by finding the area of the graph. So first let us find acceleration. We know acceleration A is equal to slope of the line AB. You have already studied in previous class how to find slope. So I am not explaining what slope is. Directly let us find it out. Here acceleration in this slope is equal to EB divided by AE. EB is same as AC and AE is equal to OD. And AC is equal to OC minus OA divided by OD. Please look in the graph, which is equal to V minus U divided by T, because OC minus OA is equal to V minus U and OD is equal to T. So A acceleration is equal to V minus U divided by T, or AT is equal to V minus U, or V is equal to U plus AT. So this equation is called as first equation of motion. Now let us find out displacement by finding the area. So distance traveled in time t is equal to area of trapezium OABD. Please look in the graph. If you directly find area of trapezium, we can derive the third equation of motion. Before doing that, let us derive second equation of motion. We know distance is equal to area of trapezium OABD. Look in the graph. This trapezium OABD is the combination of a rectangle OAED and a triangle ABE. Let us find out that displacement or distance is equal to area of rectangle plus area of triangle. We know the formula of area of rectangle, that is equal to L into B plus area of triangle half into base into height, which is equal to OA multiplied by OD plus 1 by 2 into BE multiplied by AE, which is equal to U multiplied by T plus 1 by 2 into V minus U into T. Let us write this equation as number 2. And we know the first equation, V minus U is equal to AT. Substitute this equation in equation number 2 and we get UT plus 1 by 2 AT into T, and the equation becomes S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and this is the second equation of motion. Now let us find out distance by finding area of trapezium OABD. So S is equal to area of trapezium OABD, and the formula for area of trapezium 1 by 2 into sum of parallel sides multiplied by distance between them, which is equal to 1 by 2 into OA plus DB multiplied by OD, which is equal to 1 by 2 into U plus V multiplied by T. Let us write this as number 4. We know T is equal to V minus U divided by A from the first equation of motion. Substituting this in the fourth equation, we get 1 by 2 into U plus V multiplied by V minus U divided by A. Remember, V plus U into V minus U is equal to V square minus U square, because A plus B into A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. So S is equal to 1 by 2 into V square minus U square divided by A, and taking 2A to the left hand side, we get 2AS is equal to V square minus U square, and we can write as V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. This is the third equation of motion. So we have derived all the three equations of motion, and all those who are having doubt in the derivations, please watch it again. Now let us derive these formulas by an alternative method. We know by definition acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time, which is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. That we can write as A is equal to V minus U divided by T, which is equal to AT is equal to V minus U, and V is equal to U plus AT, and this is the first equation of motion. Now to find the second equation, let us take the formula for distance travelled, that is equal to average velocity into time. Average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. So distance is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2 multiplied by time, which is equal to U plus V divided by 2 into T. Let us write this as equation number 2. Let us take now the first equation of motion, V is equal to U plus AT. Substitute the value of V in equation number 2. We get S is equal to U plus AT divided by 2 into T, which is equal to 2U plus AT divided by 2 into T, which is equal to UT plus half AT square. So S is equal to UT plus half AT square. This is the second equation of motion. Now to derive the third equation of motion, let us take the formula distance is equal to average velocity into time. S is equal to U plus V divided by 2 into T. I have already explained what average velocity is. Now from the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at, let us take t is equal to v minus u by a. Substitute the value of time in equation number 4. We get s is equal to u plus v divided by 2 into v minus u divided by a. And we know v plus u into v minus u is equal to v square minus u square. So s is equal to v square minus u square divided by 2a, and v square minus u square is equal to 2as. This is the third equation of motion. I know the second type of derivation is easier than the first. More than this derivation, formulas are very important and the numerical problems. So all those who find a difficulty in understanding the derivation, please leave it. Study the formula by heart to solve the numericals properly. So the three equations of motion are: number 1, v is equal to u plus at, number 2, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and number 3, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Suppose if initial velocity is 0, equation will become v is equal to at, s is equal to half at square, v square is equal to 2as, because u initial velocity is 0. And if the body is moving with retardation, then a is negative. So equation becomes v is equal to u minus at, s is equal to ut minus half at square, and v square is equal to u square minus 2as. Now let us do some important and difficult numericals of this part. Before starting the numericals, all of you please take out your textbooks and notebooks or rough notebook and do it by yourself. Without doing, you cannot understand anything. It is not a movie to just watch and go on. You have to practice by your own to understand the numericals. First, let us do question number 8 of exercise 2C. Question number 8. A train is moving with a velocity of 90 km per hour. It is brought to stop by applying the brakes, which produce a retardation of 0.5 meter per second square. Find number 1, velocity after 10 seconds. Number 2, time taken by the train to come to rest. First, let us do the first part. Number 1, velocity after 10 seconds. Let us write the given values. Initial velocity u is given as 90 km per hour. Let us convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. 90 multiplied by 5 by 18, which is equal to 25 meter per second. And acceleration is given as minus 0.5 meter per second square, negative as it is retardation. Time is equal to 10 seconds and find the velocity. Let us use the first equation of motion. V is equal to u plus at. So now let us substitute all the values that is there. V is equal to 25 plus minus 0.5 into 10, that is equal to 25 minus 5, which is equal to 20 meter per second. Now the second part, time taken by the train to come to rest. Given values, u is equal to 25 meter per second, acceleration is equal to minus 0.5 meter per second square, v is equal to 0 meter per second because body is coming to rest, and time we have to find out. Using the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at and t is equal to v minus u divided by a. Let us substitute all the values. 0 minus 25 divided by minus 0.5, which is equal to 250 divided by 5, that is equal to 50 seconds. That was easy, right? Now let us do question number 10 of exercise 2C. Question number 10. When brakes are applied to a bus, the retardation produced is 25 centimeter per second square and the bus takes 20 seconds to stop. Calculate number 1 initial velocity of bus and number 2 distance travelled by bus during this time. The first part, initial velocity of bus. Let us write down the given values. Final velocity v is equal to 0 meter per second. Bus is coming to a stop. Acceleration is equal to minus 25 centimeter per second square. We have to convert centimeter to meter. To convert centimeter to meter, we have to divide by 100. So acceleration is equal to minus 0.25 meter per second square and time is equal to 20 seconds. Let us use the first equation of motion. V is equal to u plus at and u is equal to v minus at. Substituting the given values, u is equal to 0 minus 0.25 into 20, which is equal to 2.5 into 2, which is equal to 5 meter per second. Now the second part, distance travelled by the bus. We know the given values. V is equal to 0 meter per second. U is equal to 5 meter per second. We have already found it out. Acceleration is equal to minus 0.25 meter per second square. Let us take the third equation of motion. V square minus u square is equal to 2as and s is equal to v square minus u square divided by 2a. Substituting the values, 0 square minus 5 square divided by 2 into minus 0.25, which is equal to minus 25 divided by minus 0.5, which is equal to 50 meter. Now let us do question number 14 of exercise 2C. Question number 14. A spacecraft flying in a straight course with a velocity of 75 km per second fires its rocket motors for 6 seconds. At the end of this time, its speed is 120 km per second in same direction. Find number 1, the spacecraft's average acceleration while the motors were firing. Okay, let us write down the given values. Initial velocity is given as 75 km per second. Final velocity v is given as 120 km per second. As both the velocities are in same unit, need not convert in meter per second. Time is given as 6 seconds. We know the formula, acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time, which is equal to v minus u divided by t. Substituting the values, 120 minus 75 divided by 6, which is equal to 45 divided by 6 kilometer per second square, which is equal to 7.5 kilometer per second square. Now the second part, distance travelled by the spacecraft in first 10 seconds after the rocket motors were started. The motors have been in action for only 6 seconds. Please listen very carefully. Motion of spacecraft in 10 seconds. First 6 seconds is an accelerated motion and the remaining 4 seconds acceleration is 0. It is uniform velocity. So, distance travelled in 10 seconds is equal to distance travelled in 6 seconds plus distance travelled in 4 seconds. First, let us find out distance travelled in first 6 seconds as it is accelerated motion. Let us take the second equation of motion, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Remember here t time is equal to 6 seconds. Substituting the values, 75 multiplied by 6 plus 1 by 2 into 7.5 into 6 into 6, which is equal to 450 plus 135, which is equal to 585 kilometer. Now let us find out distance traveled in the remaining 4 seconds. As the speed at the end of 6 seconds is 120 km per second, it will travel with same speed for the next 4 seconds. So it is a uniform velocity and v is equal to 120 km per second. Now let us take the formula. Distance is equal to velocity into time, and we know velocity is equal to 120 km per second. Time is equal to 4 seconds. Substituting all these values, we get 120 into 4, which is equal to 480 km. Therefore, total distance by the aircraft in 10 seconds is equal to 585 km plus 480 km, which is equal to 1065 km, 1065 km. Now let us do the final question. Question number 15 of exercise 2C. Question number 15. A train starts from rest and accelerates uniformly at a rate of 2 meters per second square for 10 seconds. It then maintains a constant speed for 200 seconds. The brakes are then applied and the train is uniformly retarded and comes to rest in 50 seconds. Find number 1, the maximum velocity reached. Please note, acceleration takes place only in the first 10 seconds. So, maximum velocity will be at 10 seconds. Let us write down the values given in the question. Initial velocity u is equal to 0 meter per second. Acceleration is equal to 2 meter per second square. Time is equal to 10 seconds. Taking the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. Substituting the values, 0 plus 2 into 10, which is equal to 20 meter per second. So, maximum velocity reached is equal to 20 meter per second. Second part, retardation in last 50 seconds. Please note, after 5 seconds, body moves with uniform velocity for 200 seconds. So let us write down the values given in the question. U is equal to 20 meter per second. Then it stops, so final velocity is equal to 0 meter per second. Time is equal to 50 seconds. Let us take the formula. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time is equal to v minus u divided by t, which is equal to 0 minus 20 divided by 50, which is equal to minus 2 by 5 is equal to minus 0.4 meter per second square. So, retardation is equal to minus multiply by minus 0.4, which is equal to 0.4 meter per second square. We have already studied that retardation is equal to minus multiply by acceleration with its proper sign. Now the third part, total distance traveled. Like previous question, here we have 3 parts. First part from 0 to 10 seconds, that is accelerated motion. Second part, next 200 seconds, that is uniform velocity. Third part, next 50 seconds, that is retarded motion. Let us find out each distance separately as S1, S2 and S3. First one, S1, let us use the second equation of motion, ut plus half at square. Here u is equal to 0, t is equal to 10 seconds and acceleration is equal to 2 meter per second square. So 0 plus 1 by 2 into 2 into 10 square, which is equal to 100. Now S2, let us take the formula speed into time. Because it is a uniform velocity, here v is equal to 20 meter per second, time is equal to 200 seconds. So 20 into 200, which is equal to 4000 meter. And the third part, S3, again let us take the second equation of motion. S3 is equal to ut plus half at square. Here it is retardation. So u is equal to 20 meter per second, time is equal to 50 seconds and acceleration is equal to minus 0.4 meter per second square. Substituting the values, 20 into 50 plus 1 by 2 into minus 0.4, multiply by 50 into 50, which is equal to 1000 plus 1 by 2 into minus 0.4 into 2500, which is equal to 1000 minus 500, which is equal to 500 meter. So total distance is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3, which is equal to 100 plus 4000 plus 500, which is equal to 4600 meter. Now the final part, part 4, average velocity of the train. We know average velocity is equal to total displacement divided by total time. So 100 plus 4000 plus 500 divided by 10 plus 200 plus 50, which is equal to 4600 divided by 260, that is equal to 17.69 meter per second. So this is the end of today's class. Practice all numericals today itself to get a better result. Just because a person smiles all the time does not mean that their life is perfect. That smile is a symbol of hope and strength. With this thought, let me conclude. Thank you. Keep smiling. Enjoy the day. May God bless you all.